Hey, this is Chris with the Release Technique. Now, there's something that we're all looking for, which is self-confidence, so that we can feel comfortable with ourselves and comfortable with others, and therefore feel more successful, more positive, more outgoing, more open. Now, unfortunately, most of us, we're looking to achieve self-confidence through artificial means, by hitting the gym so that we feel good about our body, or making sure that our hair is right, or that we're dressed right so that we feel confident in our appearance, or we try to learn a lot of stuff so that we feel smart and we feel like we know what we're talking about, and we're having our self-confidence depend on these things. But that's not where self-confidence comes from. Not at all. Because the thing is that if any of those things are out of place, if your body isn't just right, if your hair isn't just right, if you show up at a meeting and you feel like you're not totally prepared, then your confidence is shot. It's out the window. But there's one thing that you could really rely on, where you could have self-confidence all the time and just have it be natural and have it integrate and translate into everything that you do, so that you're never not prepared or, just not able to handle any situation and meet it head on. Now, that key ingredient to self-confidence is love. Loving yourself and loving others. You see, when you're coming from love, you don't need to defend yourself. You don't need to hide yourself. When you're coming from love, it really is a very powerful force. It's the most powerful force in the universe. So there's nothing to protect. When you're coming from love, you could just be open. Here I am. I love you. And you cannot be touched when you're coming from love. And when you know that, then you've got all the self-confidence you need. So, what are the steps to loving yourself? Well, it's a decision. And it's really a decision to identify with the I of you, with your beingness, as opposed to identifying with your mind. See, when you get into your mind, it's that mind that projects out and grasps onto these exterior things like, well, I gotta have my appearance right. I gotta have this, I gotta have that. See, that's all in the mind. But when you're coming from the I of you, you're feeling much greater than all of that. And it's a very quiet place. And it just flows. You're just in the moment. So how do you do that? Well, the first step is to take a look to see if you're disapproving of anything about yourself, or you want to change anything about yourself. Because as long as you're holding that in mind, you're walking around with that, and you're not self-confident. You have no confidence at all, because you're holding in mind, well, I'm not good enough, or I lack this, or whatever, right? So, think about something that you don't like about yourself, something that you're wanting to change about yourself. Now, when you're wanting to change something, what are you holding in mind? You're holding in mind a problem. You're holding in mind what you don't like. And that's weighing on your mind, and that's keeping you from being confident. Now it's your choice. So right now, take a look at that thing that you want to change. And can you see that you're disapproving of yourself for it, for what's going on right now? And when you're disapproving of yourself, does that help you in any way? Is beating yourself up going to change anything? And is beating yourself up going to get you confident? And whose decision is that? Who's doing it? You're doing it. It's your choice. And since it's your choice and it's not getting you what you want, now make a smart decision. Could you let go of disapproving of yourself? It's a choice, yes or no. Could you let go disapproving of yourself even more? And could you let go disapproving of yourself even more? And could you let go disapproving of yourself even more? Could you let go disapproving of yourself even more? And could you let go disapproving of yourself even more? And even more. And even more. And even more. And even more. And notice how you feel. You feel a little bit lighter. Now could you give yourself some approval? Because that's the smart thing to do. And could you give yourself some more approval? See, if you want confidence, if you want to feel good about yourself, then give it to yourself. Give yourself some approval. So could you give yourself some approval? And could you give yourself some more approval? And could you like yourself? See, that's what it means to give yourself approval. It's that simple. Could you just like yourself? And could you like yourself some more? Just because you can. And some more. And even more. And even more. And even more. And even more. And notice how you feel. Feel more confident. Feel more in control over yourself and over your mind. That voice that's been nagging at you, telling you about everything that's wrong with you. You feel bigger than that now. And how'd that happen? Your choice to love. All right, so now think about a situation that you don't feel so confident about. Maybe it's a business situation. Maybe it's a relationship. Maybe it's something that you want to do, but you feel a little bit shaky about it. Now take a look at the other people involved and see if maybe you're not loving them. You're not bothering loving them because you're so wrapped up looking for their approval, you're not loving them. So how about practicing love, giving it? Now take a look at these people. See if there's anything that you want to change about them or anything that you're disapproving of them. And if you're doing that, that's going across to them. They're picking up that negativity and they're going to feed it back to you. And that's not going to get anybody feeling confident. It's going to stir up people's egos and you're going to have an ego battle. So could you let go disapproving of them? Could you let go disapproving of them some more? And some more. And even if it's just a mild thing, just an idea in your head, like maybe you have a sales meeting or a presentation, for example, and in the back of your mind you're wondering, oh, maybe they'll just say no or whatever. You know, that's holding in mind that they're going to have a negative response. They're not going to like it. And basically, that's beating them up because you're holding that in mind. Could you let that go? Could you let go disapproving of them? Could you let go disapproving of them some more? And even more. And even more. And even more. And could you give them some approval? Could you just choose to love them? No matter how they respond to you. No matter what they say to you. Whether they agree with you or not. Could you just love them? And more. And even more. And even more. And even more. Notice how you feel. See if you feel more confident in yourself. So the power is right inside of you. That love, it really is the most powerful force in the universe. And it is right inside of you right now. And the key to really being with this love is to let go of identifying with that mind and instead choose to identify with your beingness. You see, one of the things that they talk about, when you talk about self-confidence, is being yourself, right? Just be yourself. And most of us, we hear that, and we don't really recognize what that means. Be yourself. Be your beingness. And that's just being. And that has nothing to do with the mind. So could you let go of identifying with that mind? Could you let go of listening to that mind? And instead, choose to listen to quiet. And just notice the quiet. It's always here in this moment. Just notice the quiet that's right here. And could you identify with quiet? Just listen to quiet. And surrender to quiet. Now, if you're really looking for incredible self-confidence, the solution is in quiet. Because quiet is a very dynamic, spontaneous place. And when you're really coming from quiet, you get the most incredible stuff spontaneously coming out of you that's much greater than the mind. And when you're connected with that, and that's coming out of you, then you've got all the confidence that you could ever look for. It's right here. So look, if you're interested in really connecting with this in a big way, then the Love Yourself and Let the World Have It Your Way teleconference course is for you. And if you're looking to have more joy in your life and more connection, real connection with people, without having to hide yourself, without having to protect yourself and watch your back, then the Love Yourself course and Let the World Have It Your Way course is for you. And if you're looking to have real results in your life, positive results, instead of spinning around with problems and trying to figure everything out and letting all that stuff go so you can be in the flow and really be successful, then the Love Yourself and Let the World Have It Your Way course is definitely for you. So click the link below, sign up, join us right now for the course. It's a real wow, and it's going to get you in touch with the greatest spontaneity and confidence and power that's right inside of you.